Ladies and gentlemen, this session is on citizen-centric service delivery. I think we have already a fairly good understanding of how the information technology sector has catapulted India into onto the world stage, and that our capabilities in development of software have now been acknowledged and recognized around the world. However, there is another aspect to information technology revolution in India, which has only now been recognized as a game changer in the manner in which the country is governed. Although we have at present tremendous cynicism about governance on account of several issues, but the fact also remains that for a country of the size of 1 billion and more, governance has never been easy, but it has become more complex now with the advent of the 21st century, where the expectations of the people from governance in particular, but in life in general, have changed considerably. In the late 70s, we used to read about two concepts that were just beginning to appear in literature. One was the crisis of rising expectations, and the other was relative deprivation. So these two concepts, which just about began in the 70s, are now center stage in terms of the citizens' expectations from governance. In this situation, where there is a crisis of rising expectations, so whatever you deliver seems to be less, there is also this crisis of relative deprivation, where people are seeing, because of media, because of television reaching every home, they are seeing what the world is like. The world is my oyster, as they would say. You can see what's happening in Italy, you can see what's happening in Germany, you can see what's happening in the United States, and people are wanting to go there, to reach that level. And that aspiration is increasing. Now, how do you therefore harness information technology to provide that leap into the future, to break out of the old system which has lasted for almost 150 to 200 years of governance, to a new paradigm by which there is not only greater transparency, about which a lot is being spoken of, but there is also greater predictability, which I think is more critical than even transparency when it comes to governance. People wish to know that if I make an application today, what is the timeline in which I will get my response? I cannot wait indeterminately. I cannot go again and again to the district collector's office or to the subdivisional magistrate's office and keep putting my application in the hope that someday it would be addressed. I want to put an application. I want to have a solid proof that that application has reached the person where it should have reached. I want to know how much time it will take for them to respond to my request or my application. And if I don't get that, then I find that governance is not up to the mark. And therefore, information technology is now changing these rules in a very big manner. We have some very eminent speakers here, and it's a cross-section of people who are speaking to us. Some are from the Government of India. One of them, who's sitting to my right, Mr. Navdeep Suri, who's Joint Secretary in the Ministry of External Affairs, is country's window to the outside world, and therefore he has a perspective on how this can change the relationship of the citizens with the world at large, or with its own governance which relates to the world outside of India. We have Mr. K. Rajshekhar, Senior Technical Director in Government of India, and Mr. Deepak Chandra Mishra, who is a scientist with NIC. They have a perspective on how governmental system is now changing from within the governance issues because of through the IT. We also have Mr. Naimur Rahman, Director One World South Asia and MD One World Foundation India, who would be bringing another perspective which is from outside of the government. And then Mr. A.K. Jain, who is CMD of Rajasthan Electronics and Informatics Limited, who is running a company which handles IT related issues and how it links up with the governance issues. So we are going to have a very lively discussion, and we have about an hour and a half, I think, till 5:30, but we'll try and conclude it as quickly as possible so that it doesn't begin to fall apart. We will do our discussion in the following manner. I will first request Mr. Suri, who is the co-chair of this session, to give his opening remarks. And then I will request each of the speakers to speak for 5 minutes and make an opening remark, after which, based on that, we will start discussions. And then in the second round, another 5 minutes to each speakers to bring in, based on the discussion that has happened, their own point of view, after which we will have very short intervention, and then we will conclude it. So we will keep this, give a lot of time to the discussions which we have here amongst the panelists, as well as with the audience which is sitting here. So now I would request Mr. Suri to make his opening remarks. Sure, please. Just have a few